The Bible is a book that has been studied for centuries, and within its pages lies a wealth of knowledge about human emotions. One emotion that is mentioned throughout the Bible is shame. But what does the Bible say about shame? From Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden to King David's daughter Tamar, shame is an emotion that is experienced by many characters in the Bible. But the way shame is perceived in the Bible is vastly different from how we perceive it today. In today's society, shame is often seen as something to be overcome, while in the Bible it is seen as a necessary step in the process of repentance and redemption. Before the fall, Adam and Eve never felt shame, even though they were naked. But after the fall, shame becomes constant and inevitable. It is a punishment applied by God to the worst sinners and is a fate almost as bad as death. Join us on a journey to explore the Bible's view of shame, and how it differs from modern society's view. In the Bible, shame is often seen as an external, physical state rather than an internal, psychological one. The ancient Hebrews, who wrote the Bible, did not have a clear division between the psychological and physical and did not possess the concept of an inner self as we understand it today. The story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden is one of the first examples of shame in the Bible. After they disobey God's command and eat from the forbidden tree, they become aware of their nudity and feel shame for the first time. This is seen as a punishment from God for their disobedience. In the story of Tamar, the daughter of King David, we see how shame is used as a form of punishment. Tamar is raped by her half-brother Amnon and is left with the physical burden of shame. This shame is not only an internal emotion but a real physical burden that Tamar must bear, and that changes her relationship with the people around her. The book of Job also explores the idea of shame as a physical state. Job, a righteous man, is struck with terrible sores and is covered in worms, which is a metaphor for shame. His friend Bildad tries to convince him of God's justice and assures Job that God deals fairly with good people. Those who hate the good, he says, put on shame. These examples from the Bible show how shame is viewed as an external, physical state that is directly linked to one's actions and morality. It is not just an internal emotion, but a real burden that affects one's relationship with the community and with God. In today's society, shame is often seen as an internal, emotional state. It is something that a person feels when they have done something wrong or made a mistake. Shame can make a person feel small, worthless, and guilty. This can lead to the wronged person suffering in silence, without anyone else being aware of their pain. It also means that emotions can be divorced from one's public and social morality, as they can be kept hidden from others. In contrast, the Bible's view of shame means that it cannot be hidden. It directly affects one's relationship with the community and with God and is linked to one's actions and morality. The Bible's view of shame also emphasizes the importance of acknowledging and addressing one's actions and taking responsibility for them. It is not just about feeling a certain way, but about taking action to make amends and restore relationships. For example, in the story of Tamar, her brother's rape of her leads to a public and external burden of shame. But instead of remaining a victim, Tamar takes action to restore her dignity and position in the community by bearing a child through surrogacy. Similarly, in the book of Job, Job's intense suffering is linked to the physical state of being clothed with worms. But through his faith and actions, he is ultimately redeemed and restored by God. These examples show that the Bible suggests that actions are just as important as emotions in relation to God and morality. The Bible encourages us to take responsibility for our actions, make amends, and strive for redemption and restoration. In today's society, shame is often viewed as a private matter, which can lead to the wronged person suffering in silence. This can also lead to the idea that being in harmony with God is purely a matter of the heart, with no need to act. However, the Bible suggests otherwise. It emphasizes the importance of actions in relation to God and morality. Characters in the Bible who faced shame ultimately redeemed themselves through their actions, and this is a reminder that our actions are just as important as our emotions. We encourage you to continue researching the topic and to think about the role of shame in your own life. Reflect on how you experience and express shame and how it may impact your relationships and actions. By understanding the complexity and nuances of shame, we can work towards healing and growth in our own lives. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories and videos. Thank you for watching.